Hello, ladies and gentlemen, the Grand Spartan. Back again. Over here at the new build. Took the time to go by the Hub City base, grab up a few items, and come on over here so we can get started again. Should have most of the resources that I need to, I don't know if we're going to have enough to complete this thing, but get real close. Kind of assessing resources that we had left over from the last build. And I think we're going to have enough to finish this place off. I may be a little short on scrap. We'll just have to see once we lay out all the spikes and all of that good stuff. But I'm going to certainly have to build some of this up at some point. Son of a gun, Spartan. Get your jumper right. So I don't really know how high I want to go with this thing. Ooh, it's a wonder I didn't break my leg. Break my leggy. Alright, so I guess the corners are okay like that. I probably should have just built this whole column up right here on the corner instead of having one single. But I don't want to have anything that's really going to block them off. I want to make it as narrow as possible, and the best way to do that is just to have one pillar. Go up 3 over on the other side. I think I did, yes. Yep. Let's check it and make sure. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. A, B, C. Doodle doo doo doodle doo doo. I want to thank you all for your support on the past 2 streams. We did 2 streams back to back, if you can believe that. I know I certainly can't. Grand Spartan streaming twice in a row, 2 nights in a row. Let's turn our FPS off there. Hello, Nurse Nancy. Are you bringing me some goodies? Just some money. Nope, she slid right on down the little slide there. So slide for Nurse Nancy. Have some fun. Let's get this thing all built up here. So we have a new design, new idea. Someone asked me if there was a plan somewhere on paper that I could share for our Hub City base, the base that we most recently had our horde in, and unfortunately I do everything in my head, in my mind, go from there. And so yeah, I don't have any kind of plans that I use for things like that. I don't draw them out or anything. But if you're interested and you're just now tuning into the Let's Play series after seeing that base, pretty much every moment of that base design was documented. And you can go check it out there. Kind of skip back a few episodes. Look at him already beating on that pillar right there. Horde hasn't even come along, and he's going to sit there and beat on that pillar. Son of a gun, you. Alright, so still some things to work out here. Still a few issues that I need to work out. Guess we could probably nail this stuff down here. I think I like the way this looks. I hope everything's gonna hold up, the weight. That's gonna be my only worry, is that we have support spread too far apart, but I think it should be good. Kind of just depends on what we put up there. Shoot. I meant to... We'll have to go over there and get some of those going. Get some bars going in the forges. I might have to do that maybe after this episode. I'll go over there and get that done. We'll try to get the bulk of this done today. And then we can worry about getting the bars created, and that'll be like the final touch. At this point, I'm kind of just clicking and going with it. I had a great time. You know, we made a lot of progress. We streamed for about, I don't know, 4.5 hours or something in total, the 2 nights together. And we started this base on the stream. So we covered a good bit of ground. A lot of times I get distracted by talking to you all and don't get quite as much done. But this particular time, I think I was able to get a lot done, even though we were all talking and all of that good stuff. I'm going to break my leg when I fall this time. Let's see if I can place a frame as I fall. Geronimo! Oh, look at that. Place that frame before you fall, before you hit the ground. No broken leg for Grand Spartan this time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think 6 is the number. Looks like it lines up over here. But I did. I had an excellent time. I hope you all had a good time. Oh, there's the broken leg we were expecting. Son of a gun, Spartan. Gotta get my jump on here. I'm just gonna take damage every time I jump. Oh. Alright, well. That's normal. At least now I can play like I'm supposed to play, because I don't know how to play without a broken leg. Get these last few. Try to cushion the fall a little bit here. A little fatigued, a little tired. Just got back in town about 30 minutes ago and sat down and started recording. It's a long ride, long drive. 6, but wanted to get excited about this base, excited about working on it, getting it completed, getting our getting everything ready for the next horde. Maybe we can get this thing done. We made a lot of resources, gathered everything we needed to kind of get close to completion on this base for the next horde. Now let's see, let's count this out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think we had figured up that I was going to need 169 spikes for that, and we have 200 and something plus that I threw together. Of course, we still have to upgrade all of those. Still wondering if I should do something a bit different here. What could I do for this section? Let's count out some rebar here real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if we put one there in the middle, that'll leave 6. All right, well, looks like a little football stadium. I think we talked about that on the stream, like a little arena. When you look at it from up here, well, I guess it doesn't now with these new pillar supports in the way. Couple things I could do here. Let me take a look at this for a moment and just plan something out, because I think I just changed the direction I want to go in with this thing. Yeah. So we're going to have to come up. You know what? How could we do this? How could we do this? Son of a gun, Spartan. Well, I was going to load this entire area with spikes, but now that I look at it, May not be able to do that. May have to put spike, spike, gap. You know, spike there, spike there. Maybe make that too wide, or even just one. And then leave a gap, because we're going to need to get in here. Oh, we're absolutely going to need to get in here. Maybe make it one tier of spikes going around it, like out here. And then leave a gap. Maybe two gaps. Then leave another. Make another tier of spikes going here. There would be a two gap on the center. It's not a lot of spikes though. May need a, how many far? So 1, 2, 3. So we could fill the entire center up with spikes. And then maybe we don't do spikes out here. Maybe we do barbed wire along this area. And maybe we only do this amount of spikes. So okay, so that's not a terrible amount of spikes there in the center, but if we hung out here in the center, they would come to it. Let's go ahead and upgrade this outer band. It's probably something I should have gotten down in here before I started the recording and did a little planning and preparation and kind of thought things through properly, because things have changed since I started building it. I decided to go down a little bit at an angle like we did here. I like the way that looks. You know, that's a little different, a little unique. You know, put a little row of barbed wire right here. But I need to think a couple other things through. We're gonna have to make some of these support steel for support and for durability. They could do a row of barbed wire there, and then we could hop across, and then all the spikes in the center. Maybe instead of, because you can't repair through bars. You can't repair through those. However, and you can't loot through them either. However, you can repair and loot through 50 pillars. And maybe we can use something kind of like what I had imagined or envisioned at the other base. The 50 pillars. Well, it looks like they'd be able to hit the 50 pillar if we put one right here. I won't know it till I put them in place, and what stinks here is we're going to have to wait on this thing to dry. Darn it, Spartan didn't start his timer again. I don't know how long we've been recording, but I'm guessing about 20 minutes. Oh, about to knock my microphone over. I tell you what. All right, here we go. So now, let's finish upgrading this next one up. If we put a 50 pillar right there, let's go grab some 50 pillars. Yeah, they're over there. Oh, and I brought a little 9mm pistol along with me this time. It's maybe the first time we've ever truly brought one as a defense to use. But over here, we don't have ferals and cops like we have in the hub city. So I figure we may be all right with this pistol with all the points handed out to it. Okay, so 50 pillars. Yeah, there we go. We had some 50 pillars. 50 pillows. Let's see. We're killing the zombies with the pillows. don't know if this is going to hold the weight. Guess it will. Okay, yeah, all right. Well, that's still kind of high there, though. We wouldn't need to have them right here. We would need to have them on the outside. I was just curious if we put them there, could they, you know, they probably wouldn't beat on that. Let's get a reload here. I know what we could do. Whoop. Oh, look at that. Some destroyed stone. I could do that number there. And that would give us something to attach to for the 50 pillars in the center if we were to use those. Well, I was pretty hyped after these last couple live streams. It's so nice to have a newer computer that can handle that. Even we did the 45 per wave horde and the settings that I had for OBS. I still have to figure all that out because I had it set for like highest quality and not for performance. And I think some of you said you noticed frame drop. I didn't notice it so bad on my end here, but I looked at the playback of the horde. It didn't seem too bad, but it could have been better. So maybe next time I'll have that figured out, and it won't be so skippy for you, jumpy, when we get to the 45 per wave, if that's what we decide to do again. Okay. Well, I almost need to let the concrete dry for a bit there. Probably don't need to, you know, probably don't need to upgrade this because it may fall. I don't know. I don't know that for sure, but we will. We'll let it dry. Maybe we can get these other supports. Still need to get, have a way to get up and down. There's going to be no vertical 50 pillars on this build. This build will not have that. But we could probably do something like that. Like a so. You know, something like that. Maybe take that out. That would be our access to go up and down and all around. In the center, in the very center. I like that. Maybe have an entrance from over at the street or maybe over in the woods there somewhere. We could go down and come back up. So if that were the case, we could extend the spikes out another layer or two. And that would also give us something to attach the 50 pillars to. So let's go ahead and get these upgraded. Something like that. Okay. We go ahead and pick these up here. I was just trying to count out how many spikes would be in the center. I want to make sure we have enough spikes. Don't want to short ourselves on those because they're going to be doing a decent amount of damage to the horde. We're not going to have a whole lot of layers of defense leading up to it. We'll have some spikes, some barbed wire leading up to here. But so at some point I'll have to dig this out. We won't have a doorway up here. Our doorway will be underneath the ground, and this will just simply be a way to get up top. Maybe we can work on that a little bit more whenever we get the rest of this figured out. I was kind of hoping this concrete would hurry up and dry on this particular level right here so we could start attaching the pillars and see what it looked like. But let's just go ahead and get some of this done. I'll have to build my way up into this to go ahead and dig that out. Sounds like Mr. Zombie out there somewheres Looking for the Grand Spartan. So we'll certainly be doing some more streaming here soon. I plan on trying to make that a regular thing, at least once a week, most likely on Fridays around 7:30, 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's usually when I get home, get freed up. So we'll probably do something like that. So we could almost do all 4 of these spikes. We really could. Well, I wonder what's going to happen if we do this. Okay, so it didn't fall. It didn't fall. Whoops, I didn't mean to upgrade that one up there, but that's okay. Still don't know if I'm going to go that high with it. I just laid it out to take a look at it, you know. I really love the rebar and being able to lay things out, change it if I don't like the way I envision it looking after we get it laid out. I like that flexibility a lot. So we may as well get this built up one more level. Take a sip of my sweet tea here. Most of you probably don't know anything about sweet tea, as we do, in the South. Took a break from sweet tea for about 6 months and drank nothing but water. And now I'm back on the sweet tea kick. My wife is not very happy about that, but okay, that should put us up level there. Still have this broken leg. Maybe I can go find myself a splint somewhere. I don't know. Let's go up here and look and see if I have one in the chest. She has paper. All we need is one cloth from something. They probably walk up into one of these mobile homes and get a little bit of cloth. We'll check the chest here first. We need to extend this out a little more too, I think. I think I'm going to extend the concrete around the outer band a bit more. Look at the splint right there. Nice. Nice. Let's take a drink of some goldenrod tea. Love my goldenrod tea. You all should as well. It's good stuff. Good stuff. All right, now it's starting to look a little bit more like a base. If that concrete would just dry, I don't want to run into the issue that we ran into over at Snowfall. Start attaching 50 pillars and having everything collapse every 10 minutes. That was a bit frustrating. So what would it look like though if I attached a 50 pillar right here? We could probably go ahead and attach some here. 2, 3, 3. Is it gonna hold? Yeah, it held. Nice. And let's do one more right here so I can get up there. Get down on it. And then a spike would be there. And let me build myself up here. You know, that's almost a little too high, I think. Shoot. It almost needs to be about right there. I don't know how we could do that unless we raise the floor. Now the spikes are going to be up a bit higher, but the bodies, I guess the bodies are going to be here. Let's see what that looks like now. If I put that and take a chance that the bodies are going to be about right there. So we could, yeah, we can loot the body right there. We're going to have to bounce and hop a little bit like we're doing right here. Right in the middle, but, okay. That's all right, though. We could make it work. Think. Hope. We can make that work. I really should have the 50 pillars about right there, but problem with that is I don't know how we could get that to work. The zombies are going to hit that all the way around. So this will just have to work. We could also come up one more level. But then that's going to take up... Because the plan was to put barbed wire around this particular ring. Spikes in the center. That would leave us 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess we could... let's look at the ramps here. Let's take these pillars off, put the ramps on, and see what this looks like here. So... something like this. And then we would have the next level up here. And then spikes here. No, that wouldn't give us... If we had the spikes here, they're going to be bumping their heads. So it can't go any other way but the way we have it right now. That's just going to have to be the way it works. We're going to be using firearms, so I'm not worried about killing them. It'd just be kind of cool if we could loot from up there without even coming down here, and repair as well. And a repair gun works from a long ways away. Let's just see here real quick how far we can reach down on these pillars with the repair gun. Can we reach that? Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's good. It's good. Well, she's started to come along now a bit. What can I do? Oh, what could I do? I could have put a little bit of rebar, something like that, maybe. How many wide would that be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that would be 6. That should be good. That should be good. Okay, so we're going to make all this steel. We're going to attach it to steel. So that shouldn't be an issue. Something like that. Should give us the most area. I don't want to put too many cross beams in here to block us off from down in the pit. I want to make sure we have plenty of area to see down, and as many pillars as possible. All right, well, that's going to be that. Let's go ahead and nail these down so they can be drying. Yeah, it's like I said on the stream, this build is going to... Everyone likes snowfall so much, and the ability to see the zombies coming from a distance, that I said, well, you know, we'll make a base that showcases the 45 or 55, whatever we do per wave, so you can see them all coming from a long ways away. And this is going to be it. This is going to be the showcase base for the massive hordes. Still have a little bit of planning to do, as you can see here. It's not completely thought through yet, though it will be. Certainly will be at some point soon. Oh, look at that. We can jump all the way over there. And then we'll have to build this up a little bit more. We'll have to make a doorway. I could almost put trussing here. We're going to upgrade that to steel. I don't know that the trussing holds the same amount that steel holds. I don't really know that. Maybe some of you can answer that question. Will trussing hold the same amount that a steel block will hold? Guess we could go make one and look at the statistics on it. I don't do a lot of trussing. Made a little bit of trussing for that last build. Honestly, I don't think I looked at the specs of the trussing whatsoever. I absolutely just made it to kind of slap it onto that build so we could see down into there. See if we can do that jump again. That was, no, just hurt my leg. That's all I'm gonna do. You're gonna hurt your leg, Spartan. Oh, my health's going down every time I do that. There we go. All right, so this could be a doorway here. Here. Like a so. Something like that. There's a little doorway going both ways. Maybe we could put a hatch right there instead of me falling down into the hole. We're going to have to work on that hole eventually. So, that one is dry. We could go ahead and... Oh. I wonder if the other ones are dry. No, they're not dry yet. So maybe we come back next episode, we will have some more dried concrete. I see a couple of them drying now. And we'll get this section dried out. And it'll give me a little more time also to think about it, because I just kind of... I changed on the fly the plan for this base and what I wanted to do from what I had originally wanted to do. And so maybe it's going to give me some time to absorb what I'm seeing here and come up with a better plan for the future of this base. Certainly should be a good base, a lot of fun to use. We have one more tier to go up there. And then we'll be done. I guess while we're here, I think this is what we're going to do with this portion. So before we end it, let's go ahead and get this stuff upgraded. Hope it wasn't too boring of an episode for you. Try not to make it too long, but I wanted to get back over here. I've been thinking about this since our live stream, and we had to break right in the middle of the last live stream and go take on that horde. Which was a lot of fun. I enjoyed doing that on stream, but it kind of broke us away from building this base, and I kind of broke my train of thought and what I was planning at the time. It's been a little more than a half a day since then, and I'll get back to it and to rethink through. But our next couple days, check our resources again, those crates over there. I do believe we have enough resources to finish this base. It's not like this is some super massive base or anything like that. Plus, we had all of the resources saved up from that Hub City base we just built. I went a little overkill on the resource collection there. Still need to mine a bit, get a little bit more iron going, maybe so we can make some bars. Maybe I can do that off camera. But we'll get out here and try to maybe take a little look at what we've done today so far. So it looks a little something like that. Under construction, it's coming together. Shouldn't be too much longer, and we will be able to call this a completed horde bunker. Hopefully it will do well for us, and it will look a little different than anything else we have done before. And give us plenty of time to see them coming from a distance and take them out. Place that we can accurately shoot them and then loot them. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for hanging out here today with me. We'll come back again tomorrow and do it all over again. Have yourselves a good day, good evening, and I'll see you then.